equals, so yesterday we did substitution, where you solve for a variable and plug it in. So elimination is where you get rid of a variable. So when you're doing this here, we have 2x plus 3y equals 13. This is an easy example. 4x minus 3y equals 17. You have to get opposite coefficients. Do you remember that? No. Positive 3 and negative 3, they're the same. So when you add them up, you get, 6x, the y's cancel, equals 30. Remember that? On elimination, are you there? 3 and negative 3, they're opposite coefficients. You add up as you go and you solve, in this case for x. Let's put it here. Divide by 6, so x equals 5. Then you do the same thing you did yesterday. You take the 5, you plug it in, and you find your y. Which one do you want? Where do you want to plug it in? It doesn't matter. Pick one. X equals 5. You want to plug it into the top one? So it's 2 times 5 plus 3y equals 13. Subtract. So y equals 1. So what's my answer? We're not done. Yep, your answer is 5, 1, making it what kind of lines? Consistent, independent. CI. Close. You got the right answer. All right. What if it came out to 4 equals 4? What kind of lines? No. 4 equals 4 is always true. Consistent, dependent, infinite solutions. If it was 4 equals 3, those are parallel or inconsistent, no solutions.
Are you recording or us right now?
I am. Okay, your steps. What'd you say?
You can hear us.
Yo, what up?
Okay, you choose a variable to what? First step. Eliminate. Okay, get what kind of coefficients? I abbreviate. Opposite coefficients in the equation. What do you do with the two equations? You add them together. Then you solve for the remaining variable. Then what do you do with that answer? You plug or substitute, whatever you want to put there, value into one of the equations and solve for the variable you have left. You have remaining. So this is supposed to be. I don't know. But I did. Plug both values back into the equation to check. You have all those vocabs. All right. When you look at this, how do you know which one to eliminate? X or Y? How do you know which one to eliminate? X or Y, or does it matter? It does not matter. Okay, why do you think I chose Y over the X? One's already negative and positive. They're already opposite, so they don't have to worry about negative signs. That's usually where we mess up the most. So if I choose Y, what's the least common multiple between 4 and 6? 12. Yep. It's going to bring me back a new one. All right, so I'm going to use 4 and 6. So the least common multiple of 4 and 6 is 12. So I have to multiply the first one by 3, both sides. And 6, I have to multiply both sides by 2, so I get my 12. Everybody good so far? Where? 4 and 6, least common multiple is 12. So 4 times 3 is 12, so you multiply everybody by 3. 6 times 2 is 12, so you multiply everybody by 2. Good now? Distribute. So 9, negative 12, 48. 10, 12, 28. Everybody good? Let's add them up. 19x equals 76. What's the question, Wes? Oh, I thought you did. What? Everybody good? X equals 4. Plug it into either one of the equations. It does not matter. get -1 for your y. So you have another point, which makes it consistent independent. Okay, same problem, but this time instead of getting rid of the y, get rid of the x's. Here, I'll put it back up so you can see it. Is it on your paper? What'd you multiply by? Top one by? What did you multiply by? And the bottom? You have to, what's your least common multiple between 3 and 5? 15. So you got to multiply 3 by 5. And could you switch the negatives if you wanted? You could. All right, so when you do this, -80, am I right? What? Oh, I thought you said something. Okay, next one, 15x plus 18y equals 42. Cancel. So your y equals a -1. Should be the exact same answer you got last time. Plug the -1 in. Which one did you choose? Top one again? Or bottom? Top. Why are you whispering? What? Everybody happy? Elimination. I've been doing this forever. Do you remember triple elimination? Because that's where we're going.
Actually, we have another practice first.
Oh, you have another practice. All right, go. So you chose y, so you multiplied the top one by -1, I'm assuming. If you chose x, it just won't match my work, but you should get the same answer. Add them up. So x equals -1. I'm assuming you plugged it into the first one.
You're really gonna be it's -6. Why is it CI? I don't get it.
That's plus.
No, it's not. That was definitely.
There, are we better now? +1. See, I consistent independent. Consistent independent means they need a 1 point. So if you get a point for an answer, these two lines are meeting in one place. So the intersection of points is what this
So if I
means.
always get
Why
it,
they
might
use CI?
always be CI.
Yes.
If they're two different numbers.
Oh, we haven't done anything else.
Okay.
It's just CI every
Okay,
time.
next. Decimal coefficients.
Oh, boy.
Usually we don't like these, right?
Oh.
So how do you clear a decimal? Just a quick review. How do you get rid of it? Multiply by what?
Amount of 100.
Yeah, how many we got? And we look here, there's 2 decimals, 2, 2,
Oh, yeah.
2, 1, 2. So what do I have to multiply by? Not 2, 100. So I have 2 decimal places. So even though I have one with 1 decimal, I still have to multiply him by 100. So it's even. So you multiply everybody by 100.
Why?
So it goes away. Because 0.02 times 100 is 2.
Oh, okay.
0.05 times 100 is 5. -38. Everybody there? 340. Don't mess it up. 104. Now you're to the exact same thing we did before. What's the easiest one to get rid of?
What do you think?
I know. What do you
If you
think?
use a calculator, you won't mess up.
I'm gonna say the Y's.
Oh, come on. X's are Y's. Y's. Because I only have to multiply the first one by what?
Are you still recording?
Yeah. By what?
8.
8.
Jesus.
16x minus 40 minus 304. Write down the other one. Y's cancel. 10.5, plug it in, and you've got your Y. Another point, what kind of lines? Consistent independent.
Why do I see I?
Because if they're not CI, you don't have any work to
Oh, we
do.
learned anything else?
Go.
Oh, yeah. I got a weird.
Go.
I'll start with the multi-day. Hey, your research all the way up.
Okay, come on, like, doing here.
Why are you doing
If
it?
she needs help on the calculator, you gotta help her.
No, she has to figure it out herself.
Yeah.
That's your
Word.
evil.
Word.
Wait, you have to do the bottom one times 10 times.
I got a weird idea. Just y'all, what did y'all get? I got 4 or 5.
Is the bottom one take it times? No, the top one take it times 2. Negative 2. I don't know. I was testing you.
Yeah, come here,
Oh,
be the-
okay, never mind. I see.
Hey,
No,
there.
you're fine. Nope, you're fine.
You got strength today?
Is that right? 15.
That's what I got.
Just making sure.
Who's got the decimal?
4 or 5? Are you kidding me? Are we 5?
0.8. Do we have to have the decimal? Can we have the fraction?
Yeah, you can, but you gotta plug it in. It's
I
easier
got
as
a
it does.
fraction.
Don't say that. Generally in math, they start in decimal, they want the answers in decimal. They start in fraction, they want the answer in fraction.
It's 20.
I'll tell you.
It's 20.
What's 2 times 8?
First off,
I don't freaking know.
25.
You take the C and then move it over 1.6.
Oh, you plugged it in differently. Why?
Negative times a negative.
I got man effed up.
You got that point.
What?
I'm going to share the decimal for you.
1.
1 divided by 3.
Oh wait, I'm not that far.
Wait, we're supposed to. We're supposed to use the decimal.
129.
0.29.
Okay, what's your answer?
0.29.
Type the lines.
Bam.
Type the lines. Thank you, man.
The
The next. All right, next.
Which looks up to you. Now we don't need to do anything.
Here you go. Story problems, your favorite.
Oh, man.
Yes. Okay, airplane flying into the wind. All right, so that means you have wind resistance, correct?
Sure.
2,000 miles, 4 hours, and 24 minutes. What formula are we using? If I give you time and I give you
equals R over
distance.
T squared to the second power
Times 8.
divided by 0.
You're given time and distance. Science. What formula are you using?
RT squared.
Distance.
Distance equals rate times time.
I got close.
Dang.
No, you weren't.
I had 2 of them. RT squared.
Huh? Okay, the return trip takes 4 hours. Why? Why does it take less?
Well, if we need to
going
use,
through-
well,
because
if
you're
we're
going
already
through
night,
it.
Yeah.
Going against.
So I have going against there, and the wind is with me, so it's less. Right? Makes sense.
that's crazier than the kangaroo.
Going against one.
Had we had on that top, we could probably stay.
There's
Yeah.
no wind way up there.
That was stupid.
Okay, so R1 represents the plane speed, R2 is the wind speed. You have to give them something so you don't talk stuff. So rate 1 is plane, rate 2 is wind. Good?
Can we just go like R and W?
You could, well, yeah.
But she didn't.
Okay,
see.
so I take the plane minus the wind, because I'm going into, so I'm going slower. Plane plus the wind, so I'm going faster because it's going with me. Everybody understand the minus and the plus? Okay, first one, you got to change your 24 minutes into hours. So that's just your 24 divided by 60. So don't forget. So 24 divided by 60, you have 4.4 hours. Step 1. Distance equals rate times time. Pay attention. So 2,000, my rate is R1 minus R2 times your 4.4. Now you just solve. Okay, this one here is your second one with wind. Good. 4 hours, 4.4 hours. Everybody okay? When you're doing this here, 2,000 equals, distribute through. Good so far? What? Where?
So good.
There's nothing hard about this one.
Where'd you get 2,000?
2,000 is the miles that you...
Right there, 2,000 miles.
2,000 miles. How far you're traveling in your story problem. Okay, rate against the wind, rate with the wind, distributed through. Now you're going to use elimination, but I have a 0.4, so I need to multiply everybody by. Come on, how do I get rid of this? 10. That's where this comes from. Good so far? Yes, no? Okay, now, I reduced it here. You do not have to. They're all reducible by 4 to reduce my problem so the numbers are smaller. Not mandatory, just helps. Good? By it. Divide by 4, so that's where this came from. Good? Okay, this is my second equation from up here because I divided it by 4. Good so far? Now I got ones. Ones are nice to work with. So you multiply through by 11. They are. Write that down. Subtract. Divide. And your rate of plane is 477 miles per hour. Easy enough? What part? Questions, guys. This is distance equals rate times time. My freshmen do this.
Yeah, we haven't done it since freshman.
You'll say like how many
It's
names
freshman
on
year.
that board.
Look at that.
Yeah. Okay, take this guy. I plugged it in. Solve, distribute, and that's your wind is 22 miles per hour. Your turn.
Oh, come on. This is like my wet dream right here.
Weston. Appropriate. Next time.
If you're talking right now, I'm talking to listen, I can listen to you.
Yeah.
Are you gonna figure out the water?
You plugged the C in. Oh, you want to figure out the water? What was the original? 23.
Equals R1 plus R2. Yeah.
So it's going to be 11.6
6.
plus the water times
1.83.
the plus was 1.833. 1.83. And then you just distribute and solve.
The answer is 0.99.
What's this though, right here? What's 11.6 times 1.83?
I don't know. Let's try to do that one. What's what?
You should have still done those two numbers.
What was what? No. 6 point. No, I did 2.17. That's what I did.
Oh, okay. I got it.
21.22.
You done yet?
Can't move like that.
Subtract the 21.22 and what do I get? Ooh, I'm out of room. What is it? 1.78? 1.8?
1.78.
Holy cow. So it's
How fast is it going?
11.
0.99.
Why is the water moving so slow?
There's no current.
I got
The
0.97.
current's
Same
0.99.
thing. It works. Yep.